Hey everyone, these will be the last two videos I produce for IUR 190G. I'm sad to see you guys go, but the semester's come to an end and it's time to say goodbye. In these two posts that I'm going to be putting up, we're going to be talking first about the social learning that we've done over this year or over the semester, and finally what I've learned in the class. So the first video we're going to be talking about is social learning. So basically, collaborative, also known as social learning, is a situation in which two or more people attempt to learn something together, basically drawing on each other's different approaches to tackling a problem or learning objective to kind of understanding different methodologies to problem solve. Basically, in contrast, normal teaching is kind of a singular teacher focused more on an instructor imparting knowledge to the student, and typically less student on student cooperation and interaction. So, the advantage of social learning is that it's easier for students to achieve a deeper understanding of the topic due to in, instructors' better understanding of the material, but it lessens the burden on the instructor to handle information transfer. So in collaborative learning, the instructor becomes a guide, pushing students towards a learning objective, but allowing them to find the path to the goal themselves. Collaboratively, the students kind of come together as a group together and find a path to the solution instead of being kind of pushed towards a solution by the instructor. These collaborative learning environments kind of have shifted the landscape of education, especially in the day of an age of social media. No longer is the teacher required to kind of sit and lecture, but guide and share his or her experiences in problem solving and allow the students themselves to do the heavy lifting. In our IUR 190G class this semester, we were tasked to do blog posts and videos like these, and as well as comment on our blog posts and YouTube videos to kind of describe how and why we were learning about patent engineering, what we were learning, and how we could do better in the future. We learned a lot more about about patent engineering and about ourselves and how we thought about problems from these blog posts rather than from Professor Lavian. Uh, Although Professor Lavian was able to guide us in the right direction, he kind of let the learning happen on ourselves or by ourselves and with each other, and it made it for a much more powerful learning experience because he kind of set us on the right track and gave us the basics and allowed us to fill in the gaps rather than having him sitting there and forcing the course material on us. Um, and kind of in the end, I feel like a mix between collaborative learning and teaching is best, kind of what we did in IUR 190G. Professor Lavian kind of laid down the set course material guidelines and then allowed us as the students to come together and connect the dots. In this way, we were able to kind of not be confused as to what the material was. We weren't getting distracted on the social media. We weren't getting distracted on our blogs or on our YouTube videos because we knew exactly what we were talking about because Professor Lavian was able to sit down and direct us. But we were able to come together and allows us to kind of get instantaneous feedback with a larger information transfer and better memory retention. And it kind of reduces the amount of load on the teacher and kind of allows the teacher to become a guide rather than kind of a master or an instructor kind of forcing the information down the students' throats. So in the end, I feel like social learning is really going to be the tool of the future. It's really going to be a collaborative and informative way to kind of get information across. And I feel like it's going to be a really powerful tool for education in the future. But the kind of mix between traditional learning and social media and social and collaborative learning is going to be where that sweet spot is. It's going to be making sure that social media is being direct and focused, but also making sure that students are able to collaboratively learn. And so that I feel like is the future of social and collaborative education.